Hi! By popular demand, one of our subscribers, our lovely subscribers, has asked, how do you work with a hank of yarn when we work in skeins or balls of yarn? Okay, how do you do that? Well, I'm about to show you. You don't need fancy equipment, you don't need any of that. This tutorial is just about how I work with a hank of yarn, and it's so basic, and I mean, when I say so basic, I mean so basic. Someone said when they did it and they opened up their hank, the whole thing collapsed. It was an absolute disastrous mess, which has happened to me in the past because I didn't practice. But what you do is you start off slow. Don't rush it, because rushing it will just tangle everything up, all right? So untangle your piece like that. Simple as that, all right? All you're doing is just gently releasing the fibers, all right? Just see how I'm moving it. I'm moving it down and I'm gently releasing those fibers. I haven't cut anything yet. None of these threads have been cut yet. I'm just gently releasing the fibers, yeah? Now what I've got here, oh, by the way, this is Malabrega. It's one of the fancy yarns. I'm using my beautiful yarns, yeah? Oh my gosh. So what we're going to do is you need to have two chairs facing each other, just on a bit of an angle for now, until we work out how wide we need to have it when we pop our skein over it. So we're loosening up all the fibers once. That's nice and neat. We place it over one of the chairs, like that, nice and neat. Grab the other chair and slightly with your legs move it in and move it over, being careful not to, which I've just done, not to separate and stretch the fibers out too much, all right? So once you've got it on there, basically all you're doing is finding the knots. Now this person was very clever and did a little bow for me, and that still didn't work. Oh no, there it is. It's come undone. So I'm going to take that bow undone, that thread right there. And that is actually the main thread, I think. So I'm going to leave it, drop it, because you don't need it yet. Grab all the other little bibs and bob threads that you have and cut those little bibs. You know, those little ones, I don't know what you want to call them, little knots, if you will. So what you will get is that, all right? Your little tags will come off. Okay, and all the threads that you're not going to use, just cut them and they will come off. Little bits of thread, yeah? How many do we have? I think we have, I'm going to stand on the chair. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me while I stand on the chair. So how many? This is an awkward one too, because this one, this is tricky. So we're going to cut it from here, get rid of that, and there, all right? So I think I have cut all the threads, yeah? And basically this is, no, I haven't, there's one more here. I think I've cut it, but I'm just going to take it undone because that's the base thread. That's the base thread. You're not going to use that one. What might be the top thread? Oh, it's the top thread. What have we got here? This one is, okay, now that's the base thread. Here we go. That goes right down the base. I'm trying to work out which one's the top. Here we go. And there's your top thread. I'll just pop that base thread underneath. Okay. So the top thread is here. And all you're doing is going around like that. But don't go around yet. Make a little ball. So wrap it around your fingers a few times. Like that. Just make your little ball. However you like to make it. It doesn't matter. You can count if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, if you like. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's all you're doing. 7, 10, 8, whatever you want, 5, it doesn't matter. There's no rules. Just keep going in the round. If you've taken your top thread and not your base thread, this will work. Okay, but by separating those fibers before, like the strands, without, you know, splitting anything, without messing it up, yeah, that helped do this quickly. So there you go. And it doesn't look like it, but I'm actually spinning the ball around as I go. All right, my fingers are twirling it and it's twirling. The ball is twirling in my hands. So there you go. All right, now this is going to take me forever. So what I'm going to do is do a little bit more and on silent so these builders don't bother you and transition into the very end. This might happen, just pop it back over your chair. All right, now if 2 chairs is not enough for you, you can put 3 chairs if your skein is really big, but this is the average size, yeah? All right, so I'm going to transition this in about 5 minutes and I'll be back in just a moment. Hi, we're back. So right now I'm towards the end of my skein and it's going round and round and look at the size of the ball. It's still going. Now as you can see, there's a few little ones coming off the chair. That's all right. That's right towards the end. It doesn't matter. It's not going to knot. Okay, try not to. You can always just put it back on the chair if you like. If it's a real worry to you, just pop it back over and then continue. Yeah, I wouldn't stress too much. We're at the end of the skein now, really the end of the skein. It's literally the last few strands that you have left. All right, so there you go. It's coming, it's coming. So it's Christmas. All right, so there we go. We are at the end of our skein. So look, it was tiring, I admit. And it did hurt my arms, my shoulders a little bit. I rushed it, to be honest with you, because I wanted it all fixed and ready for you guys beforehand. So what I do when it gets to this stage is I head over to the craft room and I pop it on a yarn winder and wind it up into a little skein, if you will. All right, not necessary. If you want to work on it like this, that's okay too. You don't really need fancy equipment. Okay, so heads up there, I have always only ever used chairs. But if you want to use a fancy equipment, by all means go out and purchase them. It's entirely up to you. Me, I've only ever used chairs for the simple fact that I don't always buy hanks. I only buy hanks when I'm buying the yarn, like the hand-dyed fancy stuff. Fancy stuff like the Malabrego. All right, so thank you very much for joining us, working out how to unwind a hank without it tangling up using just 2 chairs.